Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 3. We are back with our Necromancer and he is a little bit behind our Demon Hunter at the moment. We're only running at Torment 8, but generally we're in good place. We've got the 3 pieces of Inarius is giving us the 4-piece set. We've got 2 bits of the Masquerade set, so we're looking for the 3rd piece of that. When we actually get that, probably end up being the shoulders. Well, we'll have to see. We can swap all guilds' shoulders across at some point, and of course we need 1, 2, 3. We've got plenty of bits left to get on this. In terms of resources, we have a Greater Rift Keystone available, so I'm going to jump in and we'll start off with a Greater Rift. No, not Torment 11. Don't want to do anything foolish like that. Simulacrum out, first of all. I sort of remember what we were doing. We were going around stabbing things and... trying not to die. Bone armor is one of our big damaging things. Yeah, I remember. We're a little bit of a glass cannon at the moment. And bone armor is doing a significant amount of heavy lifting in terms of damage that we're doing to mobs. Cormac lying down on the job, I don't know. Yeah, I'm always in 2 minds as to whether we should be starting with a Greater Rift. As you switch between characters, it's very easy to forget the playstyles, especially when there's a couple of days between gaming sessions, and Greater Rifts, of course, being that much more dangerous than regular Rifts. Not necessarily the best, certainly not the worst choice, though. It's fine. Everything's under control. We haven't lost a simulacrum. It's all okay. You do some shooting for me. Okay, I'll have a little look at... Yeah, it's not this way. Let's just push on. So this has been fun. Gonna give you a little bit of a stab before we move on to the next area. Yeah, having such a huge damage reduction. Cooldown reduction means we can just keep spamming bone armor as our primary damage skill. Grab that as well. Yeah, it's super satisfying. Power Pylon is technically making it more powerful. I don't know how much we'll really be able to notice that though. Especially when the Convention of Elements ticks around. So much damage comes out. Okay, so we're up to 60% through this. Let's get some bone spears out for some variety. Over this way, not really a great deal going on. Let's move on to the next area. Stavity, stavity. It wasn't the bone armor that killed him that time, it was actually just hitting him with a massive scythe. So yeah, everything we've got is powerful enough in its own right. We're just a little bit fragile, and that's probably what we need to work on most, is the damage reduction. So one more piece of the carnival set will give us 50% damage reduction. Which of course will be very welcome. I see a conduit. That'll be enough to take us to the Rift Guardian. Bone armor stuns him, and then we cut him down to size. We've got a scythe, a helm. That's alright. A couple of little bits. We are... Oh, perfect. Bane of the Trapped. Yeah. I like it. So, Bane of the Trapped. We've now got the aura. That's cool. Bane of the Stricken, of course, that is maxed out. So, Zeistone of Vengeance is the next one we want. This is going to give us a 20% stun chance on everything we do, which is cool. But it's not really what we need. It's the damage as things get further away that we're going to have the real benefit for. And that's when we start slinging bone spears around everywhere. That for the moment. We will, of course, hand this in. We'll ID our stuff and we'll put our couple of points in. It's only a couple of points, but better than nothing. So Jesseth's Skull Scythe, that goes with Jesseth's Shield, which we've already got. And Rathma's Spikes, which will go with the rest of Rathma's bits. So Rathma's, we've actually got 3 bits. We could do the 4 piece of Rathma's. 1% damage reduction for 15 seconds each time one of your minions deals damage. Ooh. That's kind of cool. This is very, very focused on massive armies. We're just going to salvage up these. Let's repair my stuff just to make sure it's all done. And then I think we'll try and get a Greater Rift Keystone. Cheers, Auric. I mean, much better than wishing me death or disease or poverty or any of those other things that you could have wished on me. That's no good. Don't just kind of like make me run away. No one's going to find that useful at all. There's a good variety of mobs in here. Yeah. Bone spears are cool, but they're just not as damaging as getting up close and personal at the moment. One day they will be. But for now, there's MasterCard. Also called hitting them in the face with a massive funerary pick. And we are still using the funerary pick. Yeah, we are still using the funerary pick. We want to change over for the one-handed scythe at some point. Let's not stand directly in the middle of that. Oh, that was a big strike. I feel like the man after that was just like bang. Chuck Norris swings a scythe at a group of enemies, and not just they fall down, but the ones behind them fall down. This is a really good rift area. I'm liking the density, I'm liking the mobs we're getting. We'll carry on sort of around this way. Grab these bits. Really, I'd like to find more of those champion packs. Or gobos. I could do gobos. We've got a shield pylon on, so I'm not worried about... oh, yeah. When you get the big groups together, it does so much extra damage. A well-timed bone armor takes all of his health away. Convention of elements, of course, really helping out. Right, we were sort of heading up this way, and I think I saw, yeah. Let's grab those, and we'll carry on up. Nice try, guys. My bones will just be torn from your flesh. Even if you're made of rock. I will still call them bones, and I will make armor from them. Let's get a mage out just for a bit of variety. Yeah, our health definitely seesaws a lot more than our demon hunters. Oh, I see a little ring. Ah, perfect timing. One Greater Rift Keystone. It's not going to be enough to retire on, but it's a start. I want to stick around in this area though, because with so many champions, we're likely to get at least one more Death's Breath out of this. And for very little investment. Plenty of Death's Breaths. Definitely a good place to stick around. There's not much left to clear of it. And then we will, of course, head back. It just makes sense to look for them while we're here. That might actually be all we get, though. Okay, yeah, I'm calling it. Let's head back to town. We'll hand this in with Auric, and then carry on with other Greater Rifts. We do have a ring to ID. We'll put our points in. What did we get? We got an Oculus. It's a 79% Oculus. Well, you've got an Oculus that's a 76. Excellent. Let's swap that over. And we'll keep this one down here, potentially for the Demon Hunter to have. I like the sound of that. We will drop off our gems and then I think salvage up the rest of these. 28 Death's Breath, so we can afford to do an upgrade. And really, it would be like the chest or the gloves. Either of those would be a good choice. We've got some gloves actually. Let's upgrade gloves. Actually, thinking about it, for this character, because we don't yet have the one-handed scythe. Because we don't yet have the Scythe of the Cycle. Or Maltorius' Petrified Spike. So that's the one-handed and the two-handed scythe. Because we don't have those. At least I'm pretty certain we don't have. Yeah, we don't have either of those. So the best thing we can do is upgrade scythes. We've got a two-handed scythe. Let's go for the Petrified Spike. We'll try it. Just because we can ask Adala for gloves, but we can't ask for scythes. So it makes sense to try and focus this way. So upgrade rare item. No. No. Blood-Tide Blade is not what we want. And well, we don't already have one, at least not in there. We didn't keep one down here either. Okay, let's just push on with Greater Rifts. It's a bit of a shame, but you can't have good results every single time. So Greater Rift, we only got one keystone. So we're going to have to do another regular rift after this. But we can still have fun in the meantime. Oh my god, so much ranged stuff. Go away, everyone. And wallers as well, because, you know, that's not annoying. We got good progress from it all, but jeez. Weakness consumes you like I consume bread. I'm the kind of person that goes for those quadruple stacked sandwiches, you know. Bread, then cheese and ham, then bread, then cheese and ham, then bread, then cheese and ham, then bread, then cheese and ham. And yes, I know there was no outer side, so it probably doesn't really count as a sandwich, but I still enjoy it. And that's the most important thing. In we go. Right. So, this new dungeon area. Yeah, only a little bit dangerous. It's fine though, we're making such good speed that we can afford to slow down if things start going badly. Bone armor is now a nuke. Hell, stabbing things with our scythe is also pretty nukey as well, but bone armor is like a proper nuke. For a moment I thought we might get frozen in there, but we managed to sneak away just in the nick of time. I really should think about swapping over our mage. I do really like the mage, but I should have a teleport skill, and Blood Rush would fit that. So serious consideration to survivability. I think the moment we trigger a death because we weren't able to do that, that's when I'll end up moving it. It's important to kill the ones on the edge of the world as well as the ones right in the middle. Can't be leaving any alive, you know? Ah, hello guys. Up bits, then the lower bits, and then we'll swing back around and look for something else to kill. I see a conduit. That means it's going to be Rift Guardian time. What do we get? What do we get? We've got some braces, we've got chest armor. If that is the carnival chest armor, that'll be really cool. It does look reasonably fancy, but we're probably not that lucky. Let's put our points in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll head back. Now we're going to level 265. Right, points go in here. Points go in here. Poxholes, that's kind of cool. Crumbs, Bracer, don't care. Spirit of Gyro. Your thorns is increased by 12% for every enemy inflicted by one of your curses. That's an interesting idea. That is very interesting. Pestilence Robe, of course, that's part of the Pestilence Master set. Yeah, I mean, that would be like a full-on curse build if we were to do that. It's not high on my list to try, but it's a very interesting one. Blood Brother. Do we already have a Blood Brother? No, we don't. Okay, Blood Brother gets saved. Poxfoals get saved. And Krelms. Do we have the belt already? We don't. I'm going to hold on to it, though. Let's do it on this page. Okay, we're going to do some Kadala disappointment stuff. Let's ask for gloves.
Don't forget, luck always changes.
We got the fancy gloves. While we have a simulacrum, damage is reduced by 50%. Damage you take is split with your simulacrums as well. That is really cool. We've got 3 pieces. So next we may as well go for the chest armor.
Don't forget, luck always changes.
No, didn't get it this time. But it's still going to be a huge change for our character. So we're going to save these, of course. Salvage up what we've got.
Have you spoken to Auric?
And this should really affect our survivability. So previously we were getting 30% damage reduction. Now we've just got a permanent 50% damage reduction, and then an additional 50% damage reduction, I think, based on how it's phrased. If we had more than one simulacrum, then, you know, it could go even further. Let's put the difficulty up then. This might be a mistake, but we'll try it. We'll put up to Torment 9, and we'll do a regular rift. We've almost certainly got the killing ability at this level. And that's partly down to bone armor. Bone armor is carrying us something chronic.
Embrace your power, and you will survive.
And we'll be prepared to run away very quickly. I kind of want to stand in one of the explosions and see what happens. Alright, let's clear the area first. Right. We're going to do a scientific experiment with your explosion. I think it hit us. Might need some more testing. Yeah, because if we've just got a 75% damage reduction, which I think we have, then that's pretty beefy. Okay, that definitely triggered our death. So we're not going to do that again. Worth testing. 3 explosions in quick succession. The other one must have missed us. We do still have our simulacrum out, so I'm not worried about us actually dying. And if I go down here, it's the self-sacrifice one, so even without it having all of the runes, we would still be safe. It is a very interesting idea though now, because we could switch off the Inarius set completely and go back to the Orgild's bonuses, which were not insignificant, and they included damage reduction as well. So it's really worth us weighing up what might be the best choice. So other than our potential lack of damage output, I don't actually see a reason not to put us up to Torment X with this setup. We are killing things pretty quickly, actually. I mean, Cormac's going to be about as useful as a chocolate teapot. But when is he more than that? When he's invincible, that's when he's slightly better. Yeah, we can tank one. Servers, please do not do that. We don't have Molten Wildebeest Gizzard anymore. We don't need to keep taking damage after we've already left an area. In changing over, we have lost a little bit of our cooldown reduction, I think. That might just be perception. But I am noticing it take a little bit longer between us being able to use bone armor. Just slightly, but it's enough that you notice it. But for the extra survivability, I honestly don't mind about that. But if nothing else, this is going to give us another Greater Rift Keystone, so we can do another Greater Rift at the equivalent level. Let's not stand in the middle of all the freezing explodingness. Even for science, that seems like a bad idea. Amazing. Calm down. Oh, that's quite a lot of nastiness coming in there. All the mortars and all the explosions and being kind of like chained in place. We've still not had a death caused by not having Blood Rush, so we don't need to move across to it yet. But definitely high on my considerations. What do we think? Up this little bit? Yeah. Yes. Huh. A conduit at the end of the world. Well, this is not going to be particularly useful for us. It is giving us a tiny bit of a speed bonus, but... Two Greater Keystones. And more Death Breath, of course. Alright, let's head on back. I'll leave those reusable parts. Some other adventurer might find them, make use of them. Alright. Take all this crap. Yeah, we've got Ancient Path and Defenders 2 ID. I know we've already got some of these. There they are. So we'll just salvage those up and hop straight into a Greater Rift. Kadala, I will speak to you on our return. 21 Death Breath is not enough for us to do any upgrades. Off to a cracking start. Surrounded on all sides, peppered with poison. And in a terrible map. And what do? We just pull the bones out of everything nearby. And summon a Skeletal Mage. You know your Necromancer's classy if he doesn't panic in these situations. Although having 2 cheat deaths does make it a little bit easier to not worry. Having said, I really don't like this particular tile set, so... the sooner we find a potential way out, the better. Down here, maybe. Right in on the elites. With just like a Demon Hunter. Charge to the back, kill everything in sight. There we go, let's move on through. A better place, a much better place actually. Much better place. Really loving the mob density in here. Okay, well, if he's going to run away, we'll focus on something that wants to fight. Like these guys. Hey, you see that conduit? That has my name on it. Barely having enough time to try and get any of our essence back because things are dying so quickly. As long as we can occasionally do bone armor though, it's alright. Woo! I could see the number of things that were about to explode in there and I was like, nope. That's a bad idea waiting to happen. %. Where are you, Rift Guardian? There we go. Chest armor. Boots and pants, but they're probably not going to be any good for us. But let's have a look. It looks like the one we've already got on. That doesn't look like it's going to be particularly fancy.
I need to go back.
Oh well, we'll have a look at it nevertheless. Auric.
My master would take pride in this.
We'll just ID our stuff, put our points in. I'm so glad we've been able to up the difficulty to Torment 9. Firewalkers, of course. It would be rude not to. It would be so rude not to change over. Jeez. Okay. You have to laugh. You have to laugh at these things. Remove the gems. They'll go in here. And we'll salvage up the rest of the stuff that we've got. So, a spare Inaris's conviction. We don't particularly need it, but it's useful to have. Kadala.
Fate smiles on you today.
I don't want to, but I'm going to need a chest from you.
Can't win every time. Well, isn't that nice?
Preferably a fancy chest. Maybe I should have been more specific at the start. None of these are any good. So we will just salvage up the whole lot of them. Firewalkers is new. So we'll keep them. But those go, those go. These come across here. And the various gems go in. Alright. I suppose we can do one more Greater Rift. We've got time. I'll put it up to 42. We can't afford to empower it. Yeah, that damage reduction is so useful to us. And you never know, we might get lucky and might find another piece of the set. Let's wait for massive explosions to pass. Ah, could have just picked up the shield pylon. Why didn't you guys tell me it was there? I would have just gone straight for it. Okay, that's gone well. We're about halfway ahead on time, which is where I like to be. And while the shield pylon is obviously masking any damage we take, I'm pretty comfortable at this this level. Even if we got surprised by really nasty things, I think we'd be fine. Let's move on to the next section. It's a shame we can't properly blind them with this. Whoa. No, thank you. Very much no, thank you. I mean, playing the massive curse game, I could see how that two-handed weapon could be pretty useful. Increasing thorns based on the number of mobs affected by your curses. You just walk around cursing everything and hoping that that they kill themselves before they kill you. Not standing in the poison right now. Oh, come on, just die already, mate. You got a lot of health. Way too much health. Okay, that's a lot of elemental stuff coming in. Let's get our own mage out for a moment. Try and stun as many as we can. There we go. That focused fire around them a little bit. Don't really need the power pylon. It's nice, of course, because who doesn't love extra damage, but I'm not feeling like our damage output is lacking. Although that guy did just survive like one hit, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am wrong. You can always do with extra damage. Except in set dungeons. Sometimes you need less damage so that you can properly position mobs for some of the group challenge bits. Lovely groups though. Shame you can't really get kill streak bonuses. Okay, I think we're going to push on to the final floor. Not much to go. 9% left. Well, these guys will definitely finish it. He still hits hard even when cursed. A belt and shoulders. We do need a belt still. I forgot the name of it, but I know how it looks. It is not that one. Okay, well, we'll head back to town and we'll try gambling for chess pieces again.
I'm returning to town.
So, over here, chess pieces.
That will look nice on you.
That is too expensive.
Another Inaris, we're just going to salvage that up. These will identify, but they're all going to go under the hammer. And that is, I'm afraid, all we have time for this episode. So, a little bit of progress. We have more of the Carnival set, which is great. That is an Ancient Thunder Gods figure. That is quite funny. Yeah, let's put that up there. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. We have made a little bit of progress. As always, if you have enjoyed this, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I will see you next time for another episode of Diablo 3. See you soon.